Okay, we go first. Pretty good hand. I really like these cards here. The Lotus Cobra plus Oracle of Moldiah synergy is ridiculous. So they've got the new Rona card, which is a lot like Baby Jace, if you know what I'm talking about. One of the 2-mana flip Jaces. So she can draw a card, then discard a card, and then transform into sort of like a Phyrexian Obliterator. But the thing that makes her even more unique is cast a legendary spell, you untap her, which is nice. So I guess it's some kind of reanimation deck. That's what my guess is. Okay. Cobra's good. So next turn, if we play this land, we can give for the Oracle. And I predict they could quit. It's definitely a possibility if we get lands off the top. Okay, so we didn't, but this does give us more lands. So we'll see what they do here. They've got blue and black. So they could have any number of removal spells. Yeah, it's such a shame when Oracle doesn't get you the land on top, but what can you do? Might be tempted to go for Liliana as well. Nabarn. So Nabarn doubles the triggers of any wizards. So it's Panamonican for wizards. Land on top. We can go off a little bit here. Let's add black. Another land. This is kind of silly. Because we can also kill both of their cards with the culling ritual if we wanted to. So let's just see what we're working with here. Oh my. I guess we'll get rid of the Xanathar because they don't have double... Well, yeah, they don't have double black yet. And then if we go for culling ritual on a first, I think we'll go for settle. Which means we get another land to the battlefield. We trigger that again. This is actually silly. And then we go for culling ritual, which kills 3 2-drops. And then we also get mana for everything that dies here. Wow, absolutely. This plays like this make me happy. And then we can go for the Contaminator, I think. Insane. Insane. What was that? Turn 3? Here comes Shieldred. They're not going to be happy about this, are they? They are not going to be happy. Make them sack the Shieldred. Go, Professor Onyx. Swing, proliferate, give him poison. Oh my goodness. What even is this monster? Sometimes, guys, I accidentally make a monster of a deck that isn't even the strongest power level you can get. Like, my deck here isn't even the top echelons. You could make it more evil. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Oracle of Moldiah. What a crazy card. This card is bonkers. If you hadn't realised already, this card is an old Atraxa that they've recently put into Arena, and it's just insane power level. It doesn't look like much, it looks like loads of keywords, which it is, and it's a great attacker and defender, but the fact it can just proliferate for literally no work is incredible. So the deck wants to go in a few directions. You want to go for Infect, essentially, and Planeswalkers, because that's how you're going to win with the deck. The Planeswalkers that I've chosen are big, more controlling ones. You've got Kaya, Intangible Slayer, which is just insane card advantage. It can kill stuff, and you get a copy of it. So if your opponent is playing this Atraxa, for instance, which gives them so much value when it comes in, you can then play this Kaya, exile their Atraxa, and you get all the abilities of the ETB, or any ETB, in fact. She's just so powerful. You've got Sorin Grim Nemesis recently added. He can just straight about kill any creature with his minus, and the +1 can just kill your opponent, give you card advantage. Vraska also is really powerful because it helps you proliferate and get to your end game, and the end game is normally going to be Infect half the time at least. You've got stuff like Venerated Rot Priest. Whenever your stuff gets targeted, your opponent gets a poison counter. If that doesn't work out for you, you've got Prologue to Phyresis, which gives them a poison for doing nothing at all but drawing a card. So there's a lot of ways to give them poison, but once that's happened, you want to continue that with proliferation. So Staff of Completion is a wonderful way of doing that because it's just so easy to do it. This deck is just so stupidly powerful. And when I make decks like this, I have to embrace the power level because they will be upper in the tier list, which means you'll be facing stronger enemies. So if you don't like super strong decks, then this one might not be for you because the queue will be full of stronger opponents. Not hell queue, just underneath that. But yeah, it's just actually crazily good and I actually really enjoy it. And I hope you do too. You can support the channel by liking and subscribing, that really helps the numbers. But also, if you are so kind, you can also donate any amount to the channel using my Ko-fi link, which is in the description box below. And when you donate that way, it takes a very small cut compared to if you do donate on YouTube, which you can as well. But either way, it does help. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. And let's get into the gameplay. Oh yes, we get to see the new dinosaur. Etali, Primal Conqueror. Really cool card. Although we also have really cool cards ourselves. Gilded Goose. So something about this card you might not realise is when this flips into Primal Sickness, it becomes a Blightsteel Colossus. And if you don't know Blightsteel Colossus, it's an old card that kills you in one hit, essentially. So it's very, very similar. This is slightly more fair because it costs 7 and 10 mana. So I'll let this one slide for now. Let's pay 2 life just in case they decide to target any of our things. We can give our things hexproof until end of turn, which is just lovely. Domri's going to come down. So they can play another 1-drop here, which they don't. It's tempting to go for the binding, but I think maybe they could fight, can't they? Which is not a good thing to see. Maybe we want to go for Atraxa when we have Surge out, I think would be better. Yeah. Yeah, first let's kill the Domri. And then we can start infecting them as well. This deck is so powerful. It's so powerful. I think it's just, I don't know, maybe it's the 4 best colours in the game, I think. I think that's why it is. Harrow gets some 2 lands. Yeah, like red, in my estimations, has gone down quite a bit in power level over the years because there's just so many ways to get around damage. Right, so now we've infected them. I think we're in for an absolute treat here. So again, I don't really want to go for Atraxa when she's unprotected. So I think, yeah, we're just going to play the absolute slow game for a while. Just, yeah, I don't want to lose her. Red, there's a few ways red can deal full damage, that's for sure. And also, there's no rush just yet. Even so, when Etali hits, they will get a card from our deck for free. But, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can go for Etali next turn, which could be incredibly bad. Okay. Ooh, Teferi is very good. Maybe we go for Teferi here. Spell ability, so they're going to get to draw a card. It's got Trample. I think we still need to tuck this away, though. Yeah, it's still a threat. And the fact it can just give so much. The thing is, we can also use Drananica to kill this and then proliferate, so I think that's actually a good shout. Because it also means they can't go for the Etali in the next turn. Absolutely brutal. Proliferate Teferi as well. 3, 4, 5. They're going to get to scry 1, so they're going to get closer to the mammoth again. Cultivate. So sadly, there's not much we can do in the following turn to slow them down because they have exactly the mana they need. But also, the turn after that is also quite scary because they can flip it into this. Colossal Majesty. So they're setting up for the... Oh, damn. All that ramp and they just gave up. That's such a shame. I was hoping to see what they hit there, but... Okay. Atraxa's just too good, guys. Okay. Facing Omnath. We've got a really good hand here if we can get to the Mirari's Wake. Let's give it a go. Because Mirari's Wake should mean we get to go for the Kaya the following turn. And if we can exile the Omnath, we'll get one as well. Sweet. Now we've got the blue-black, so we're only 1 mana off Mirari's Wake if we didn't have the Arcane Signet. So yeah, let's go for this. They don't have any blue mana out, so it doesn't look like they can counter anything, but they probably have quite the assortment of removal, considering they have all the colours. Shivan Reef. I can tell from 2 cards, that this is not my build. Kiora, okay. Yeah, it's cool actually, because I'm starting to see more of my decks in the wild now. I saw someone the other day use my Omnath build. I don't really like playing lands in 5-colour decks because it just hurts too much. Untapping the blue is a bit concerning. So I think we'll go for the Tamio here. They could counter it with something. No? And let's tick up. What do we want to get here?
Seek and find.
Binding's a good shout. I mean, it's just a good card, isn't it? It's just a good card. Oh, okay, so Teferi's in the bin. Yeah, it's risky using this Teferi because it means that your opponents are going to use stronger cards as well, but it's just so good. Also, I think Power Creep is terrifying. Like, this Teferi isn't even, like, used that much anymore, which is just ridiculous. When you think about it, it's ridiculous because this Teferi is so dominant, you know. When it first came out and Historic Brawl first came out, he absolutely just trounced the queues. And this was one of the first cards that actually made Hell Queue a thing. So if you're new to the game, if you've not seen many videos, then the stronger cards you use, the stronger cards your opponents use. That's just how the game works. It's part of the algorithm that matches you against people. But yeah, Teferi used to be, yeah, I guess they could see we're going to get Teferi at the graveyard, and just damn, I feel kind of evil, but there's no mercy coming back our way, is there? Let's face it. That goes first with Go-Shintai, so they're going to be 5-colour shrines, which is always a really tough matchup. We do have the Goose on turn 1 though, so that's a really good start into the Atraxa. Let's see if we can survive. Got the green mana on turn 2, sadly. It could work out because we don't have a decent turn 2 or 3 play anyway, so... Makes me think, actually, is this a good hand or not? Because we can't go Goose 1 anyway. Yeah, let's mulligan this. This is okay. Slightly more on theme, on brand with the Planeswalkers. Wow, those sleeves are cool. Over there. Opponent here taking their time with Go-Shintai. It's a slightly strange scenario because obviously they're using a pretty powerful deck, so anything they do is probably going to be good. Terra Sunder, that's really fantastic because it can get rid of one of their... well, this can actually kill a commander, can't it? Enchantment, nice. Okay. I feel pretty good about this. Got a pretty solid hand. Go-Shintai. Sanctum. So by itself, the Sanctum is... It's not the worst, right? Do we just ramp? Yeah, I think we're going to ramp before we do anything else here. What do we need? We need double blue, double black. Let's go for the black source. And then we'll leave these mana up here. For the Terra Sunder or the Fragment Reality. They're going to drain us for 1. Man, this is such a powerful commander. Go-Shintai. I think we're gonna kill... I think we're gonna kill this one, because this one can threaten to kill our walkers. So... yeah, we'll go for this first, just because I want to get a... I want to hit another land, if possible. Okay, so we do. So in this matchup... oh dear, which do we keep? They both draw us cards, but the removal on Liliana is better. So my logic there is that if they go for Go-Shintai here, they're going to get a 1-1 and itself, and Lily can actually kill both when she comes down next turn. Whereas the Sorin would struggle to deal with both. Now, you could argue that I could have got rid of one of these things, but I like to have the... I need to have this, like, protection. Culling Ritual. Don't want to do that, do we? Right, let's go ahead and just get rid of their things. It's not the most glamorous answer, but it is nice. Eerie Ultimatum, holy crap. Okay, so now we don't have any mana open, so let's just get rid of the Tamio safekeeping. And the ultimatum's going to be good because it, you know, if they kill all of our things here, it means that the ultimatum can just bring them back. Oh, they're going to make us discard. That is horrific.
Don't worry, I'll think of something.
Yeah, we'll get rid of the ritual now. So we do actually have the reality, fragment reality for this, so... let's keep ticking up, guys. Quicksilver Servitor. That's also really good, but if we just build it up and we can get them all back with the ultimatum the next turn, maybe? We'll get rid of the Honden here. So they get a Dryad. And we could just get back a permanent here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in this triple black, white, white, green, green. Should be okay. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to return a land. Just in case. And then proliferate anyway. So just fingers crossed they can't go to this card. If they do, we'll be in trouble. And also the fact that Teferi's going to ultimate next turn. Do they have an answer? Because we can also minus here. Just draw a card. Yeah, I think we're just going to get a spectacular finish, guys. Because we're going to -3, sorry, -4 on our turn. Get rid of both of those, probably. Yep, so they're absolutely screwed here. Yeah. Oh no, I should have gone for the Teferi ultimate first, actually. But no, it's fine, because they quit anyway. So that area ultimatum would have brought back everything that we'd put in our graveyards. And, yeah. That was a very powerful finisher. We go first against Ivy, which is combo aggro build. Should we keep this? I don't think so. This hand is... it's okay. It's still slow because they've got turn 2 Ivy, turn 3 they could mutate onto her, making lots of big scary things. And our best thing we can do is black market connections, but at least, I suppose... okay, they're going to go for Llanowar Elves first. With potentially protection spell. Or maybe a counter spell. Okay. So if they go for Ivy here, they'll have 2 mana open to do something else to her. So that's always scary. Curiosity. Oof. Oof. Now, luckily, we are going to have... they've still got green mana opener, which is concerning. The fact they didn't attack means they have a green spot. Probably protection. So what do we want to do? We could go for Teferi. Draw, discard. And then in their turn we can phase out the Ivy. And then if they want to,
If I don't have a plan, I'll just make one up.
we'll see how it goes. To be honest, I'm not really sure what to do. Narset would be great to have out, but they've got attackers.
Ideas
Yeah,
like
get rid of Tamio.
are fleeting.
And I think we'll play the elves because essentially we're swapping a temporary mana for a permanent one, so seems okay to me. And they still have the mana open to do something. Just not really sure what that something is. I would love to kill the elves because that takes off not only a creature but also a mana source. And a source of card advantage. They still didn't use it. So they'll probably... Yeah, that's interesting. So this is a cast trigger, which means they'll still get to copy it for the Elanor Elves. Oh, sorry, for the Ivy. It works the other way around, right? Cast a spell that targets only a single creature other than Ivy. So they have to target the Elanor Elves. So we're going to try this. It's probably not going to work, to be honest. Because although saying that, they only have the green mana here. So they use the green mana here. This is going to be tapped. How strange. Yeah, I think we've done them. We've done them, lads. Right, safekeeping. Okay. So it gives them both hexproof indestructible, but they've tapped the elf. Okay. So we're probably just going to lose the Teferi here. But that also means they don't get to draw a card with Curiosity. And in our turn, we might just get away with spearing the Ivy. Who knows? This is definitely a win con though. Like if they had 3 or 4 creatures out and played this, you know, it's like 24 damage just for 1 green. It's kind of crazily good. Cartouche of Knowledge, so they're completely tapped out here. Question is, are they going to kill Teferi, or are they going to hit us in order to draw an extra card? If it was me, I think I'd go for the player, because Teferi will not be able to interact with them anyway, because he can only tick up. But I guess...
Time's up.
Who knows? Who knows? So the thing is, right, the logic is, if I kill Ivy, they're going to lose, they're going to be able to recast her, right? But if we kill the elf, they lose that forever. So I actually think we'll go for Narset first because we might get a better kill spell.
I train every day.
Let's see what we
Noble
get.
thoughtfulness before action.
Okay. Okay, Draninik is good, but I think we're still going to go for... Or do we? So if we go for Draninika, it'll put Narset on 4. Which means they'll have to do... Imagine they accidentally targeted Ivy with this as well. Yeah, so normally this would be a terrible position, but we do have quite a commanding presence, really. Like, the fact they used 7 damage on Teferi, I think that was a mistake, really. Because, firstly, we're tapped out now. And all that would have meant all they had to do is put this to like 6 power and they could have killed us. But yeah, interesting game. I don't normally like facing Ivy because it's just very fast and they normally win pretty quick, but we'll see how we go. So they attack us. It means that they don't draw a card. if they attack Narset and don't kill her, it also doesn't really help them. So they need to pump Ivy and then attack in. Or they could have a pump spell here. And yeah, there's a lot of interesting parts here, because obviously Ivy only works if you have another creature, right? So leaving Ivy by herself is technically not too bad.
Just wait a moment.
Leaving Narset alive. And we also have the Iganjo as well as a kill spell to deal 4 damage to attacker or blocker. Time Warp. As if they have Time Warp. Okay. So they had to use Time Warp there to kill the Narset. This is really silly, guys, because if they had just attacked me, you know, as I said, then I'll definitely be dead, because this would have been, I would have had 3 life left, right? And if they had Time Warp in their hand, yeah, this is the thing I see from so many players, right? They put so much weight on a Planeswalker getting killed. In reality, a Walker is only really effective when they can affect your field in a meaningful way. So, although Narset stops you from drawing, like, they would have won the game if they just didn't kill the Teferi on the previous turn, which also wasn't going to affect them. So, yeah, it's just a learning curve, I suppose. I mean, we're still probably going to die anyway. It's just, you know, a bit slower than usual. So whenever it comes to a spell, you control, draw a card. Okay. Makes you wonder if they have another protection spell. Also, interesting side note here is the Ivy decks all have flying creatures. I feel like this card was specially made. Okay, Venerated Rot Priest. That is also very crazy. That is a very crazy card. I think we've got enough blockers now. Let's just draw and get treasures. Okay. So let's kill the Ivy. We're going to get a poison counter here. How much is this? This is 3. 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 mana open. So yeah, we can still use the Iganjo if things get rough. And we can still block the Rot Priest for the Toxic. So the only issue is if they keep targeting their stuff, giving us multiple Toxic triggers. And also they get to draw a card whenever they cast a spell that targets their own creature. Yeah, there's a lot of triggers going to go off. So if they target the Storm Chaser Drake, they're going to give us a poison. They're going to draw a card, discard a card, and then draw a card, which is kind of crazy. Just 2 in the air here. Not suspicious at all. Let's try and get rid of it. I feel like there's something coming up here. So we're going to get... Oh no, it's not a spell, is it? So we will not get an infect. A poison, sorry. Are they just top decking lands here? And an Ivy, okay. So I would really like to get another kill spell. Okay, no kill spell there. We'll just draw a card, so you get to 8. I feel like they've definitely got some kind of spell, because I keep holding priority and it doesn't feel like there's a reason. Staff of Completion. Okay, so it would be good to try and give them infect of some kind, but I think we'll just try and deal a bit of damage here. We'll swing in with one guy. If we can get to a point where we gain a bit more life, I feel like it could be pretty safe to start drawing cards with the staff. Brazen Borrower. So they're going to return that to our hand. Get to draw a card. Sure. And why did they do that before our end step? That's a bit strange, because now we can deploy the Gilded Goose. There was literally no reason to do that there, was there? Morally Pixie. Right, so here's the interesting part as well. We now know exactly what's in their hand and their field, so there's no element of surprise either. 2 over the top, but we can just gain life back every turn with the Gilded Goose. So how much is this to activate? It's 2 to get a mana. There's no point doing that just yet. Okay, down to 6. This is quite risky, to be honest. I still think we need to draw a card, though, just in case. This takes us to 4. Wow, Professor Onyx. That is pretty good. 2, 3, 4. Although that will... Yeah, maybe not this turn, because this takes 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why does it want to do that for? So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so sadly we will lose the food for now, but we do gain a Professor Onyx, so not much they can do about this, is there? Especially with nothing, although they do have the Brazen Borrower, to be honest.
Sorry, haven't heard that. Sorry.
Okay. So we might as well attack 1 on the ground, because there's not much we can do about that anyway. It's the flyers that are going to kill us. Yeah, this is really risky. Okay, so if they get any kind of removal spell, we just lose the game, because they've got 3 flyers, annoyingly. So yes, it was very, very risky what we just did, because we took ourselves down. So we had 6. We had to pay, and we couldn't activate the mana for the food, yeah. Oh well. So any kind of bounce spell or kill spell, and we die. Combat research. Okay. So does that count as target of a spell? You may copy the spell. Copy is still target, right? So that means we get 1, 2, 3 infect. Oh, that's really quite disgusting, isn't it? Oh, but they didn't target the Rot Priest. Reclamation Sage. So what's that going to kill? It's going to kill the staff. Okay, fair enough. And then whenever these hit someone, they get to draw a card. Damage to a player. Okay. Gonna swing. Okay, I was going to say. So this is a sacrificial attack. Yeah, I still think we... So this time I do want to go for the Ivy, because it's going to cost them how much? 6 now for the Ivy. Draw a card. I think we just get a treasure here. We don't want to go too crazy. Wow. Yeah, we actually managed to beat that. They had 20 life when they quit. Crazy. Yeah, the Liliana would just manage to drain so much life, and even though we had 3 infect, they still quit. So just hang in there, guys, and sometimes you can win even though you think all hope is lost. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.